Hello friends, I welcome you all to this session on graph theory. So today we'll be learning about isomorphic graph. Now if you look this particular slide, then you can see that these two figures, that is the first one and the second one, they are what? They are congruent figures, and they are nothing but the same. Congruency means the same. Whereas if you look this particular figure, this is entirely different in comparison to those. So if I view from the point of if I view from the geometric point of view, then only the first two are same, whereas the third one is entirely different. So here what we are trying to understand is graph. So isomorphism in graph, that means similarity in graphs. So this particular approach from geometric point of view will not work here. So there is a difference between isomorphic graph and the graph, the isomorphic geometrical images. Okay, remember this. So this is not what we are studying here. Now consider a graph, or draw a graph, let's say, having vertices w, x, y, z, and the edges are w, x, x, y, y, z, and z, w. Now if you draw this, one approach can be, you can draw this, or you can also draw this, or you can also draw this. Now are they graph same? From the point of view of geometry, I can say that they are not same because they are looking different. But from the point of view of graph, they are same. Why? If you look this W, so what are the adjacent vertices? Z and X. So here, Z and X are adjacent. If you look Y, X and Z should be adjacent. So Y, X and Z are adjacent. Hence, these two are same. Likewise, X is adjacent to W and Y. So X is adjacent to W and Y. Z is adjacent to W and Y. So Z is adjacent to W and Y. So nothing. They are same. They all are same. Only the orientation have been changed. So what are these? They are nothing but geometrically they are looking different, but graphically they are same. So isomorphic graphs are those graphs which are same, where the incidence relation is preserved, where the adjacency is preserved. So that is what we call as isomorphic graphs. Now if you break this term isomorphic, then you will be able to see this. Iso means equal and morphic means form. So equal form. So equal form here means what? Equal form here means what? Is this adjacency relation has to be preserved, and as well as incidence. So if you look this wx, so wx, this edge is incident on w and x. So this has to be followed in all the configurations. So if you look now here, now this is a CS Academy editor. So this is one graph. What I'll do is I'll take this vertex, and if I bring this inside, now is the graph different? No, it is the same graph. What I have done is I have brought this inside. Okay, so if I bring this here, is the graph different? No, it is not at all different. It is the same. Okay, now if I do like this, is the graph different? No, it is again the same. So whatsoever configuration you want to make, you can make it, provided the adjacency and the incidence relation, you are making it preserve. So that is what the meaning of isomorphism is. So if you are having two graphs and you are saying that these graphs are isomorphic, then that means what? That means the incidence relation is preserved. Okay, and at the same time the adjacency is also preserved. The meaning is the same. Okay, so let us move ahead. Now two graphs are isomorphic if there exists a one-to-one correspondence between their vertices and edges, such that incidence relation is preserved. That is what I was talking about. So how to check isomorphism? Two isomorphic graphs should have these following things. What? They should have same number of vertices and edges, equal number of vertices with given degree, so the degree sequence for both the graphs should be the same. One-to-one vertex as well as one-to-one edge correspondence should be there. So let us take one example to understand that how to check whether any graph is isomorphic or not with the help of these particular steps. Okay, these 5 steps. So let's say I want to check that whether G1 and G2 are isomorphic or not. The first thing is I have to check for what? The order. So the number of vertices in first graph is 5, in second also 5. So these two graphs are having same vertices, same order. So first point is okay. What was the second point? The number of edges. So if you check, the number of edges in first is 6, whereas in another graph is also 6. So this is also okay. Now the third one was about the degree. So if you write the degree of every vertex present in this graph, then this is 3 2 3 3 1. Similarly, if you do the same thing for the graph G2, then you will be getting 3 2 3 3 1. So what is the degree sequence for first graph? It is 1 2 3 3 3. And what is the degree sequence now? It is 1. Oh, sorry, I have to go back. It is 1 2 3 3 3, and this is for second one is 1 2 3 3 3 again. So the degree sequence is also same. So 3 points are okay. So just by looking 3 points, you can't say that they are isomorphic. We have to check one-to-one correspondence for vertices as well as edges. For that matter, what we'll be doing is we'll be drawing these graphs again and then writing the degree of every vertex on the graph itself, so that it becomes easy for us to understand. Now the fourth point is vertex correspondence. So first write the degree of every vertex. Okay, we have written it. Then what? Then do what? Then start searching for the vertex which is having a unique degree. Unique degree. Now you look. This is 3 3 3 3 3 3. So three vertices are having degree 3. This is not unique. No, this is unique because this is having 1. Only one vertex is degree 1 and only one vertex is having degree 2. Can we search these vertex here or vertices having 1 and 2 degree? Yes, this is having 1, this is having 2. So this vertex V5, U5 can only be mapped with V5, and this vertex U2 can only be mapped with V2. At the same time, you have to check the vertices which are adjacent to these. For example, if I am mapping U5 with V5, then I have to look for the vertex adjacent to it and its degree. So U5 is having U4 as the adjacent vertex and its degree is 3. So the adjacent degree is 3. Here also the adjacent degree is 3. So it is perfect mapping of vertex U5 and V5. Similarly, U2 is having degree of adjacent vertices as 3 and 3. What about this V2? It is also having 3 and 3. So they are again what? Mapped correctly. So having degree 2 as well as the adjacent vertices are having same degree, that is 3 and 3. So again this we have mapped. But now the question comes about this U1, U3, U4 and likewise there. So which vertex can be mapped with which one? So as they all are having same degree, what we'll be doing is we will be writing every vertex and their corresponding adjacent degrees, adjacent vertex degrees. So U1, if you look, its adjacent vertices are U2, U3 and U4. So the degrees are 2, 3, 3. We have written like this. Then U3. So it is having the degree of adjacent vertices as 2, 3 and 3. So this is 1. Then comes U4. U4 is having adjacent degrees as 3, 3, 1. So this is what we have written. The similar thing we have to do for another one, the graph G2. So this V4. So V4 is having adjacent degrees as 1, 3 and 3. Then comes V1. V1 is having adjacent degrees as 3, 2 and 3. Okay, likewise V3 is having 3, 3 and 2. So that is what we have written. Now U1 can be mapped to only that vertex. All are having vertex degree 3. So U1 can only be mapped to that vertex in graph G2 for which the adjacent vertices are having these degrees. So 2, 3, 3. So one is V1, another one is V3. We can map this U1 to any of the vertex, either V1 or V3. So let us map this to V1. Okay, now what is left? U3. U3 is 332. So what is left here? 332. So this U3 can be mapped to V3 only. Now U4. This is 331 and V4 is also 331. So they can only be mapped. So we have mapped them. So vertex mapping we have done. It is simple. So in case of vertex mapping, you first write down the degree of every vertex. Once that has been done, then you do what? Then you search for that particular vertex which is having unique degree, map them. If you are not finding those vertices having unique degree, then you do what? Then you start writing the vertices and their and the degrees of their adjacent vertices, and then try to map those which are having same adjacent degree vertices, and then you will be getting your mapping perfect. So this is one-to-one mapping we have done. Now the last thing is edge mapping. So vertex correspondence is done. Now for edge mapping, what you do, this is your vertex mapping. So you start creating edges. One edge is U2, U5, another from in G2, it is V2, V5, then U5, U1, here it is V5, V1, then U1, U3, here it is V1, V3, then U3, U4, and in graph G2 it is V3, V4. So in this way, we will be creating the edges. Though they are existing or non-existing in the graph, it doesn't matter, but we'll be making them. Now, let us check what about U2 and V5. So is there any edge U2 V5? So this is U5 and this is U2. No edge exists, so cross it. Now what about V2, V5? This is V2, this is V5, no edge exists. So therefore, these two hypothetical edges do not exist. Therefore, this is one-to-one mapping. So if it doesn't exist here, it should also not exist here. If it exists here, then it should also exist here. Now let us check U5 and U1. This is U5, this is U1. It doesn't exist. There is no edge. Okay. Then V5, V1. This is V5, this is V1. No edge exists. Okay. Then this is again one-to-one correspondence. Let us check U1, U3. This is U1, this is U3. This is the edge. Likewise V1, V3. So this is V1, this is V3. This is the edge. So edges exist and hence one-to-one correspondence. What about U3, U4? Yeah, this is U3, this is U4, edge exists. What about V3, V4? This is V3, this is V4, edge exists, and hence one-to-one correspondence. So what we have done? Edge correspondence also exists. So G1 and G2, they are what? Isomorphic. So isomorphism is always represented with the same sign as what we represent, what we call congruency. So congruency and isomorphism, they are having the same symbols. So G1 is isomorphic to G2. That is how we represent. So let us take one more example. Let's take what? This. Here, in this particular example, if you evaluate the number of vertices, then in the first graph, 5 vertices are there. In the second graph, how many vertices are there? 4. So the first option is wrong. So therefore, they are not at all isomorphic. So G1 and G2 are not isomorphic. You didn't have to check for further conditions. Now check this one. So the first thing is you have to count the number of vertices in this and in this. So it is 4. Okay, first option is correct. Now the number of edges. So the number of edges in first one is 4. The in second one also 4. Okay, then this is also okay. Now so 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4. So vertices and edges are okay. What about degree sequence? If you count the degree 2 2 2 2, here also 2 2 2 2. So all are same. So degree sequence is also same. So same degree sequence, same number of vertices, same number of edges. Now we can go ahead. Do what? Now we can check for the one-to-one mapping of vertices first. Okay. So let us start with this, that is write the degrees, but it doesn't matter here because all the vertices are having same degree. So start at any vertex, let's say A. So if you write the adjacent degrees for every vertex, you will be getting this only. So every vertex can be mapped to every vertex. This is what we can see here. So let us start with A. So now A is having degree sequences 2 2. Similar means adjacent. Okay. So A can be mapped to any. So let us choose P. So I have chosen P. Okay. So A and P I have mapped. Then from A I can come to B. Okay. So I have taken B here, and here from P I can go to Q, let's say. Okay, now this is again one-to-one mapping because adjacent vertices are having same degree. Then from B, what you can do is from B you can come to D. So D, and from Q you can come to R. Okay, so no, sorry, this particular is wrong. This should be here. This tick should be coming here. Okay, so here I am taking D and here I am taking R. So I can map them one-to-one correspondence. It is very well done. Then comes C and S. So the vertex mapping is done. Now comes the edge mapping. So what we have to do, we have to create edges like this here as well as here. Let us do it. AB and PQ, okay, then BD and QR, then DC and RS. Now AB exists, yes it exists. PQ exists, yes it exists. So this is one-to-one correspondence. Likewise BD, this is B, this is D, and QR, this is Q, this is R. Okay, then DC exists, and then RS exists. Again one-to-one correspondence. Therefore, all the 5 conditions are satisfied. That is, vertex same number, edge same number, degree sequence same, and one-to-one vertex mapping, one-to-one edge mapping. So in this way, you can check that whether a particular or whether two graphs are isomorphic or not. Remember, isomorphism means incidence relation and adjacency relation should be preserved. And if that is happening for any graph or any number of graphs, then that simply means what? That simply means those graphs are isomorphic. So in this lecture, till this point only, in the next lecture, we will be learning more concepts. Thank you very much for watching.